Good morning. Hope everyone's doing good. It is Friday, oh gosh, 22nd, the 22nd, yeah. So I went ahead yesterday and I did a few more things, just touch-ups and stuff. So certain jobs seem to be dragging on because I'll look at it and I'll think, okay, well that needs to be changed or that needs to be touched up, it's too rough looking, and then I'll like back there with the drawers, one piece is short, but I really like the piece. I think it's gonna look amazing once it gets stained up. So I don't want to switch it out, but it's too short on either side. It's not totally the total length of the basket on the bottom. I'll show you what I mean. And so there's little things like that that I'll switch it out, and let's go take a look at a few things. Okay, let's go take a look at this here. All right, so the stain that I picked up picks up gray. So as you can see with this piece that I replaced, it's got a lot of gray tones to it. So I think that looks way better. I also took the knob off, which I'm gonna end up having to take the knobs off anyway when I go to stain. So here's another thing that I did. I put a trim on there. And I put a trim on there. So I think it looks a lot better. This is another thing I just stuck up there. My daughter did it, but I'm gonna have to take that off as well. And I fixed up the knobs and that piece up there as well. So you can see it looks a lot better. And I'm just gonna back up here a little bit. See how much better it looks. It looks finished. As finished as an amateur build could be. But yeah, so there. I'll show you the inside as well. Okay, so on this side, what I'm gonna do is this piece here just comes up to this board. This here is where I'm gonna stain. I'll stain all that, but I can take these two pieces and paint them white. And then on this piece here is where the hinge will go for the cupboard door. So that'll all be enclosed. Now over here it looks a little bit rougher, but that's okay, it'll still work. So this trim piece I will stain, but I have a piece of board that fits perfectly in here. So all the way down this will be like a board that'll be put on there flush. And then in here, right along down here, back up for you. From that whiteboard, the bottom of this whiteboard down, I'll have a piece of flush board here, and then I just have to touch up in there, and I'll do that. It'll be all white, so it'll flow down white. So you won't be able to see this board, and you'll just be able to see this area. So it should finish up nicely. The only part that I'm going to have trouble with is in here. You can see black paint, so I don't know. It's going to be tough to get in there. I don't know. Might just leave it. Silliness. But yeah, I need to touch up those boards and, like I said, sand all that. And then here as well, the hinge will go here, and the cupboard door will fit right in this area, and that'll all be enclosed and I can use the knob, 2 of them. Okay. Another project I need to do is take this handle off, wood fill where the holes are, drill 2 more holes on either end for 2 more knobs. Just tidy it up, paint the inside, then all this stuff that's in here, I'll be able to start incorporating it where it needs to go. It'll be really nice to have things put in a proper place where it can stay and it's just organized. You're so cute. And then over here, I have a really large basket, and it's really old, so it's falling apart, and it will probably take up a good majority of that tabletop. And I need to get some kind of gloss sealant, like a clear coat of some kind, and then just put it on there so that the basket will stop falling apart, and then I'll be able to put all that stuff away inside of it and clean up that table as well. So that table and that table will be way more organized. And I do like that drawer there. It holds everything in, and I'll just paint the inside, and I think that'll work. So that's another project, 2 more projects I have to work on. So if you can see that stool there, which I think is awesome, but it can't stay. It basically takes up the room in front of that door. So to give you an idea, the stove is going to start here. It's going to be pretty close to the floor. But I have these that will fit underneath it. So I'll have where the water and the stool is. I'll have 2 of those on the floor, and then from, like I said, this second board up from the floor, that's where the stove will start, and then mounted, and then right up through there. So I have this piece here, and I'm thinking I should get another 2x4 or 2 of them and just incorporate them in here and onto the floor, just high enough for the mount and the stove to rest on. I will still put it to the wall, but it will actually be resting on top of 2 2x2s or 2x4s, because I think this wall is pretty sturdy, but at the same time I wouldn't want it to come down. So I think if I do that extra support on there, it'll be a lot better. So you've seen the baskets a zillion times here, but what I did is I put on another piece of trim here, just to close up the gap from that top basket. Then I put the centerpiece, and then I put a piece at the bottom. Now there's the gap on the centerpiece. It's not reaching all the way. It's really kind of hard to tell, but there is a gap there. But it doesn't look that bad, and I'm not going to be that picky about it. Then I picked up this trim. It's really pretty, actually, just to kind of frame it out. And then where this is right here, on the other side, you can barely see it, it's up in here. I'm going to get another piece and just take it and go all the way down with it on either side to frame it out. And I think that'll look a lot better. It's already coming off. The glue that I picked up for it, I picked up a different glue, and it's really not, well, it held over to this side, but it didn't hold there. Okay, beside this that needs to be redone, I have my stove. And I think I might even be able to fit in a cutting board in there. I am just going to brace it in there. I was going to make an enclosed cupboard for it, I might still, I'm not sure. But right here, I was gonna put a shelf. There's not a lot of space between the top part here and then the top part of the stove. So I figured if I had a little drop down shelf in there with a lip on it, then I could put some more stuff on there as well. And I'm not sure, but I think I'll probably put another shelf, and then up here I have this home that I want to put up. So I think that'll look really nice. It's gone through a lot, as you can see right there. It fell, and I've got the piece, I just need to glue it on. And then if you can see the bottom of the H and the O there, Wilson decided to chew it one day. So it's a little rough, but that's okay. I think it'll look nice up there. Okay, so with the dresser, I think I explained to you guys what I was going to do with the dresser. It's kind of hard to see. So these two drawers are going to come out. And the piece that I'm going to put underneath here, unfortunately, it's going to take away from that trim. That's too bad. But the piece is quite wide, so it'll come almost all the way down. And then it'll be open. And then I have another piece of wood that I'm going to take from this corner here, or wherever the top part that goes across comes, the bottom part of that. Then I'll extend another piece of wood all the way down, and then all the way down on the other side. And then I'm going to take another piece of board that is the same width as the piece that's going to frame out this top part, and I'm going to put it on the back side, so it'll come up and it'll look kind of like a hutch. And then I have, yes, I've been eating popcorn. Okay, and then I have this to go on top of it, so it'll be back there along on the board. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any trim on the piece on the edges up here, like to frame it out at the top. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But this drawer is really hard to open. This one's not too bad, but it also, I don't know. And it's really congested. This whole dresser is beat up really, really bad, but it was my dad's, so I want to incorporate it into my build. So that's basically what I've got left to do, and then just odds and ends. Shelving over here, the mount. Then I've got up there, like I mentioned before. Yeah, I've got probably another couple of weeks of work left to do. I think it looks like Wilson. So it's Christmas Eve. I did order a few things that I want to show you. I got more knobs. These two I picked out. They're orange. My daughter has a curtain that is so much like those, so I'm gonna give those to her. I'll just wrap them up and put them in her stocking. But I want to show you some of these. It's absolutely ridiculous. I really like them though. So there's one. Just putting them back in the bag here. Try not to take too much time. There's another one. There's another one. I'm not really keen on that one, but whatever. This one is pretty. It's really pretty too. So I have a few ideas. This one's really pretty. That one I'm not keen on. There's only three that I don't really like, but I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going to put all these knobs. I'll figure it out. There's lots of different things you could use them to hang up my curtains. We're almost done. Don't like that one either, really. That one's really pretty. That one. And one more. And that one. Ridiculous. Wilson. Wilson. Hi. Are you sleeping?